The year is 2025. The global geopolitical landscape is shifting. Long-standing alliances are strained. Nowhere is this more evident than in the relationship between Canada and the United States. Once steadfast allies and economic partners, the two North American nations now find themselves navigating a new era of trade tensions. At the heart of this friction lies a series of economic disputes. In 2018, the U.S., under then-President Trump, imposed tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum. This protectionist move, aimed at boosting domestic industries, sent shockwaves through the Canadian economy. Canada, long accustomed to a close trading relationship with its southern neighbor, was forced to re-evaluate its economic vulnerabilities. The Canadian response was swift and decisive. Retaliatory tariffs were imposed on a range of U.S. goods. The message was clear. Canada would not be bullied on the global stage. This marked a turning point in U.S. Canada relations, signaling a shift away from the decades-long reliance on bilateral trade. Canada, it seemed, was ready to chart its own course. The trade war with the U.S. served as a wake-up call for Canada. It exposed the dangers of overdependence on a single trading partner, no matter how close. The Canadian government, recognizing the need to diversify its economic relationships, embarked on a new strategy. The goal was clear: reduce reliance on the U.S. market and explore new opportunities around the world. This meant forging stronger ties with countries in Europe, Asia, and increasingly, the Middle East and North Africa. The MENA region, rich in energy resources and with a growing demand for imports, presented a particularly attractive prospect for Canadian businesses. This diversification strategy was not merely about finding new markets for Canadian goods. It was about building a more resilient and independent economy, one that was less susceptible to the whims of a single trading partner. It was about ensuring that Canada had a seat at the table in the rapidly evolving global order. In 2025, this vision for a more globally engaged Canada was given new impetus with the election of Mark Carney as Prime Minister. Carney, a seasoned economist and former Governor of the Bank of England, campaigned on a platform of economic diversification and reducing reliance on the U.S. His message resonated with Canadians. They had witnessed firsthand the economic and political vulnerabilities that came with overdependence on a single trading partner. Carney's vision, dubbed Beyond the U.S., promised a more prosperous and independent future for Canada. Carney's government wasted no time in implementing this vision. Trade missions were dispatched to key markets around the world. New trade agreements were negotiated, and Canada began to position itself as a reliable and responsible supplier of energy and natural resources to a global market hungry for alternatives. Section 4. Aligning Visions, Potential Synergies in Canada, MENA Energy Strategies. Canada's push for energy diversification coincided with a period of significant growth and development in the MENA region. Many MENA countries were looking to expand their energy infrastructure and secure new sources of supply. Canada, with its vast reserves of oil, natural gas, and liquefied natural gas, was well positioned to meet this growing demand. Moreover, Canada's commitment to sustainable development and environmental responsibility aligned with the increasing focus on renewable energy and clean technologies in the MENA region. Beyond traditional energy resources, Canada's abundance of critical minerals, essential for the production of batteries for electric vehicles, presented another avenue for collaboration. As the world transitions towards cleaner energy sources, the demand for these minerals is expected to soar. MENA countries, with their ambitious plans for EV adoption, could become major importers of Canadian critical minerals. Section 5. Navigating Challenges, Sustainability and Indigenous Rights in Resource Development. However, Canada's pursuit of new energy partnerships, including those in the MENA region, was not without its challenges. Domestically, there were growing concerns about the environmental impact of resource extraction and the need to uphold the rights of Indigenous communities. Canada's oil sands, while a significant source of wealth, had also become a lightning rod for environmental criticism. The extraction process was energy-intensive and carbon-heavy, raising concerns about Canada's ability to meet its climate change commitments. Moreover, many Indigenous communities, whose traditional territories overlapped with resource-rich areas, felt marginalized and excluded from the benefits of resource development. They demanded greater control over their lands and resources, and a say in how they were developed. Section 6. Shifting Sands, Geopolitical Implications of Canada's Diversification. Canada's move to diversify its trade relationships and secure new energy partnerships had significant geopolitical implications. The United States, long accustomed to being Canada's primary trading partner and energy supplier, now faced increased competition for influence in key markets. This shift in economic power had the potential to reshape traditional alliances and create new geopolitical dynamics. For the MENA region, Canada's emergence as a major energy player offered both opportunities and challenges. On the one hand, it provided an alternative to reliance on traditional energy suppliers, potentially enhancing energy security and reducing dependence on a single source. However, it also raised concerns about increased competition in global energy markets and the potential for new geopolitical rivalries. Section 7. A New Dawn. Opportunities for Canada-MENA cooperation in a changing world. Despite the challenges, the convergence of Canada's energy diversification strategy and the MENA region's growing energy demands presented a unique opportunity for collaboration. By working together, Canada and MENA countries could forge a new model of partnership based on mutual respect, shared prosperity, and a commitment to sustainable development. Canada, with its expertise in clean technologies and sustainable resource management, could share its knowledge and experience with MENA partners. This could include collaborating on renewable energy projects, developing carbon capture and storage technologies, and promoting responsible mining practices. The future of the global energy landscape is uncertain. What is clear is that Canada and the MENA region are well positioned to play a leading role in shaping this future. By embracing collaboration and innovation, they can create a more sustainable and prosperous future for their citizens and the world. What opportunities and challenges do you foresee for Canada-MENA relations in this new era of global interdependence?